This looks just like that machine from the ruins beneath Wallbridge.
This device preserves visual recordings of research targets.
Lambda. Oh, hey, there's that word again.
What does it mean, anyway?
Lambda. In our world, Lambda has come to mean nightmare.
Why is that?
Lambda is a life form we discovered by accident while researching the Lustalia. When the Institute's director, Professor Cornell, began to study it, it quickly became a nightmare for us all. The worst aspect of Lambda, and there are many, is an ability to hatch monsters from its body. These monsters threw Fodra into chaos, and eventually led to its destruction.
That cocoon! It looks just like the one that appeared at World's Eye.
After wreaking havoc here, Lambda fled to your world of Affinia. We knew Lambda had to be stopped, so we created a humanoid capable of fighting it and initiated pursuit. That humanoid is Protos Haste, the one you call Sophie. Unfortunately, Protos Haste was unable to destroy Lambda. After much discussion, we surviving Fodrans chose to seal off Affinia in the hopes of containing Lambda there. But now, after so many years, the Aphenians have come to us.
So you built Sophie and then sent her to our world so she could defeat Lambda. Does that mean Lambda is the one who created the cocoon?
But wait, that doesn't make sense. I mean, Richard made the cocoon, right? Maybe Lambda knows how to disguise itself or something. Maybe it just looks like Richard.
I refuse to believe that Richard and Lambda are the same. I know Richard. He's not a monster. He can't be.
Sophie's getting worse.
We must hurry.
I agree. Come on.
What's happening?
Protos Haste's particles are breaking down.
Excuse me?
Protos Haste is composed of individual particles that act in concert with each other. These particles, tinier than a grain of sand, come together to form a human shape. And while they act as one, the particles also possess the ability to separate from each other, which is what you see happening right now.
Asbel, Sharia, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, you guys?
It's the result of a process called distributive preservation. Your friends must be completely synchronized with Protos Haste's particles.
I don't understand.
When Protos Haste suffers heavy damage, it usually splits into individual particles, shuts down all functionality, and begins the process of reconstruction. This is known as particle preservation. Distributive preservation, on the other hand, allows Protos Haste to implant its particles into one or more separate vessels. Have you ever seen Protos Haste split into particles like this? Anyone?
That must be what happened 7 years ago.
But the unit shouldn't actually engage that procedure. The reason being, distributed preservation makes it much more difficult for the particles to reform. Failure could render reformation impossible, so why would Protos Haste have risked entering that state.
Would her particles have any kind of effect on the vessels that they went into?
Yes. In fact, while the particles prepare for reconstruction, they would repair any damaged areas of the vessel as well.
So Sophie split herself into 3 parts and then used those parts to save Asbel, Sharia, and little bro.
But then that means Sophie didn't die after all. She was just recuperating within us.
It's amazing. She's been with us this whole time.
I see. Then this would explain why we possess some of the same powers she has.
Incredible.
So, what would happen if she underwent distributive preservation again in her current condition?
Distributive preservation does not allow for reconstruction of the self. She would lose all elements of her current identity.
Sophie, you risked your life for us.
Impossible. Protos Haste was never designed for this kind of self-sacrifice. I fear further particle breakdown could be disastrous. We must hurry.
I can't lose! Go! Not yet! Go! Dive! Dive! Pull!
You're my Cleo tiny bird.
Come forth! Strike!
Assault sign! Wither and
Go! Dive! Go! Slash! Okay! Dive! Keep it right there!
Well, that was passable. Very well, let's begin. Scale back! What? You waste my time. Come forward! Dust to dust! Demon Bang! Flare shot! Demon Bang! Die!
To launch triplets of terror!
You can be such a child.
You're both too cool for win quotes?
Enemies, look out!
Not yet! Okay! Okay, hold it right there! We must always give it our best. Not yet! Okay! Demon Bang! Come forth! Just strike!
No one can stand before my blade!
What's this?
That's Tarlo X. I can't believe it's still here after all this time.
Is this a humanoid as well?
No, this is merely old junk.
Hey, you're hiding something. Come on, spit it out!
This is the first android I ever built. Back when I was just getting started at the Institute. I never thought I'd see it again. This brings back memories. Really, Cornell should have just thrown it out.
Sounds like everyone has something they're embarrassed about. Right, Tiger Festival?
Game on! Yeah! There!
It ends. I'll show you my true potential. Asterism line. Sometimes I get so lost in serious thought. About what? About how I could think more seriously about things. Oh, brother.
You dare stand in our way?
Carve out a warning in this name. Asa! Scorching flames! Find redemption in our faith!
No one can stand before my blade!
Is this the machine that can fix Sophie?
Please set Protos Haste down here, if you will. I will begin the procedure. Damage isolated. Initiating particle restoration.
Here we go.
Zero. 10. 40. 70. 90.
Sophie, hang on.
Sophie, can you hear us?
Hang in there. You're not alone. We're right here. What's wrong?
It'll be okay, Sophie. I promise.
The particles that comprise its mind are beginning to flow backward into the repair system.
Sophie!
What the?
Is that Sophie and Pascal?
What's happening here?
Don't look at me! How should I know?
Some of the particles that flowed into the system have assembled themselves into visual form.
Pascal, wait!
If this is a visual form of Sophie's mind, does mean that we're actually seeing her feelings?
There's more.
You guys, they're harmless! Come and take a look!
So that's what she thinks of us.
Sophie.
It's happening again!
Now what? Richard?
Why is Richard the only one she's attacking? Well, I can't say I blame her. He is the one who stabbed her, after all.
Maybe, but still.
Lambda.
This can't be. It's Lambda.
I must destroy him.
Everyone, get out! Right now!
Sophie, watch out!
Everyone, stay on your game! Carve out a warning in his name!
There! Okay! Yeah! Flare shot! Tiger blade! Strike! Okay! Die! Aqua bullet! Flare shot! Strike! There! Slice! One strike! Not yet! Okay! Fall! Strike! Not yet! Antidote! How unpleasant! Strike! Not yet! Now!
Warning in this name!
Okay! Die! Fall!
I won't disgrace myself again.
Die! How's this? Flare shot! Okay! Die! Antidote! How's this? Here! Not yet! Strike! Roar! Hold it right there! Not yet! Okay! Not yet! Mow him down! What? Not yet! It ends here! Okay! Now!
With each step, I grow even stronger, even more, oh, whatever. So, that was Lambda? Asbel? Sophie!
You're awake.
We did it!
You're all here. Sophie, can you see us? How do you feel? Is everything okay? Yes, I think so. Oh, Sophie, I'm so glad you're all right. You all saved me. Thank you.
It seems you have failed to eliminate Lambda, Protos Haze.
The mission I have to complete? What was it? Why does it hurt to remember?
Sophie?
How odd. I was sure the particle reconstruction was a complete success. Life maintenance functions appear to be fully restored. But I do see some problems with the information integration. Would you mind returning to the machine we used earlier? I'd like to make some final adjustments.
That's fine. Can you make it, Sophie?
Yes.
Very well. Let's go back.